Good morning, this is Vicky.
And this is Jo.
And we're the Two Natural Ladies.
And we talk about the good news we all need and ways of getting the most out of life.
We help people with practical, uplifting ways we can all make a difference.
And we're striving for better, not perfect.
And we love a good laugh. Please enjoy the show. And how exciting is this? I'm sitting here 1.5 or more metres away from Vicky in the same studio.
Woohoo!
That's very exciting news.
It is. Yes.
So no more, looking at you way over there.
Through the glass. Yes, having to shout at each other when we're off air.
Using that button and forgetting to push it down.
The intercom. Yes.
I did want to just announce, because last week I was listening to Pauline after our show and Community Capers, and she was talking about the Mentone Library, and I hadn't realised that it was an independent library and that they actually had all volunteers and that they're celebrating their 95th year on Saturday, the 12th of December. And Graham Johnstone, who we've had on, he's going to be one of the people, and I'm going to go there when I can.
Okay. So not to see Graham?
No, I think that's online. So you need to go to, Mentone Library. I didn't put down the details, did I? But I'm sure if you look up Mentone Library, you'll find out the details of how to.
And Pauline will tell us.
She will. She will. So listen to Community Capers after 8.
That's right. Stay tuned. We know Graham as a wonderful poet.
We do.
And he actually, I was listening to our interview with him the other day, and he and his wife just madly wrote books right through COVID.
I know.
How exciting.
Yeah, I think between them they wrote 3 or 4.
It was a lot.
Yes. Pretty amazing.
So, I'm sure he's got a poem on every topic.
Yes, yes. Oh, you know how they sometimes have those things where you get somebody in and you say, write a poem about this, and they've got, they've got to do it on the spot. He'd probably someone that could do that.
Oh, yes. Oh, definitely. Oh, yes. And we've interviewed somebody else who could do that.
Yes, Jenny. Yes, Jenny Frame.
Yes.
So I've got this lovely quote.
Yeah.
Carry out a random act of kindness with no expectation of reward, safe in the knowledge that one day someone might do the same for you. And that was Princess Diana.
Oh, that's interesting, because we started watching The Crown last night.
Did you?
Yeah, the season
4.
So, and that's just as she has arrived in Charles's life.
Well, it's interesting. There's been a lot of controversy about the series because I think, particularly people in the UK are saying that's not how that person is, and the actors are saying, look, saying that this is what happened. We're just doing a dramatisation of so like a lot of people do. There's many people and events that have happened where people do a dramatisation movie of it. So
like it's based on, but it's not factual.
Yes, exactly. Well, it's like we're sitting there watching something that's happened between the Queen and Prince Edward, or any of them, and it's like, how do they know?
Yes,
they don't. So, yeah.
So what am I reading, Jo? Generous Women anonymously pays off $16,000. Oh, that's right. You were telling me about this. So, Generous Woman anonymously pays off $16,000 worth of toys on lay-by at Mr. Toy's Toy World in Queensland.
Yeah. How amazing is that?
Yes.
So a mystery woman and 2 friends have done an incredible act at a toy store ahead of Christmas that left parents emotional and in shock. Imagine, if only I'd known. Yes, so I think it was over 80 lay-bys worth more than $16,000. The anonymous woman told staff to tell those customers it was the work of Santa's helpers. I love it.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Yes. So random acts of kindness.
Yes.
A study done around loneliness. People, if they know less than 6 of their neighbours.
Yeah, are more likely to be lonely. This is obviously not.
Right, we're going on.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, isn't it lovely just to do something, just to give without expecting to receive?
Yes.
And I'm sure she got some really cool vibes from that.
You just knowing that those 80 people didn't have to pay that money, and she's obviously got money. I mean, I heard that a woman in Doveton won $20 million recently. Mm. So, and what an opportunity, whenever we talk about what we would do if we won Tattslotto. I mean, obviously, make sure that we've got enough, but that doesn't mean a mansion and a yacht and this, and then what can we do with this?
Yes.
Who can we assist? And I mean, if we think about all the people we've talked to over the last 18 months and what, how we could help all those charities and lots of other people, and it'd be just wonderful.
Would be just wonderful. It'd be a full-time job distributing the money, I'm sure.
Yeah. Yes, it'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, kindness is the language which the deaf can hear and the blind can see. Mark Twain. And you were talking about Bianca.
I was actually. So when was it? It was sometime last week. Anyway, I met her at one of our cafes in Chelsea, and she said to me, "Oh, I just saw somebody sort of struggling to carry some stuff down one of the laneways," and she said, "Would it have been all right to offer help?" And I said, of course it would have been. But that was interesting because she wanted to, but she didn't know whether she should. And because she wasn't sure whether she'd be considered rude. And I mean, she's 16 and she's having an interesting time as a teenager. And I think so, at some point she's picked up that, she's inappropriate or she's rude and so she's not quite sure what would be considered helpful.
Yes.
So I just thought it was lovely that she asked and that I clarify for her that, no, that would be a very good thing. And, if they don't want the help, they'll just say no, thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, I think people appreciate
the offer.
The offer,
yeah.
Definitely. Yes. And as long as you're, respectful, which I'm sure she would have been, then yeah. And I wonder also whether or not, because this year has been such a crazy year, and because of the social distancing, whether that's an extra thing that has people feel concerned about getting too close to people, and even, it's not even a conscious thing, it's an unconscious, I mustn't get too close. I still notice when I'm walking, I sort of move away from people when they get close.
Yes.
And and then it's like, oh no, I hate it.
Yeah. But, well, that's right. It's going against what we've intuitively always done.
Yes.
I just thought too, maybe it's because, I have to mention this to her, when she hangs out with a couple of girls, and she tends to hang out in groups of 3.
Right.
With her friends, but not necessarily the same group.
Yeah.
Like she's got 2 friends here, 2 friends there, and they'll hang out as a group of 3. And I think sometimes they might be being friendly, but people feel a little bit uneasy.
When there's more than a few people.
Yeah.
Yes.
And maybe that's what she picks up on. So when she's on her own, she's not sure how people will respond to her.
Oh, that absolutely. I know a woman when my kids were growing up, and she would go onto the other. I mean, she had teenage kids herself, but she would walk onto the other side of the street if she saw a group of teenagers coming down the street.
Yes,
and like she obviously realised and was sort of questioning it, and yes, but there was that fear with teenagers, whereas I found, and it was interesting, after she said that, I didn't do that, but I was even more determined to stay on the same side and say hi, or smile friendly or whatever, and it's interesting, isn't it, how we have this idea of teenagers and what they're up to.
Yeah, and even if, and she said, we're smiling and laughing and we're more than happy for other people to join us, she said, at school, but they don't. And I said, yeah, because probably, and I'm not saying it's your fault, but probably they might even think you're laughing at them. Who knows what other people feel, but it's quite confronting for people. Yeah.
I wonder also, because we've done a bit of training in how to stand in groups. And whether or not you're standing in a group where you're sort of open to more people coming in, or whether even with 3, you can be standing in a way that's, without realising it, that could be keep out, or people wouldn't feel comfortable, whereas you could stand in another way where you're sort of open to people coming in. So that even could be something to mention.
It could be. Yes, there you go.
You just never know, do you?
No. So that offering help, I mean, you and I have gone out deliberately to offer help.
Yes.
To the homeless.
Yes.
And it started out because you intuitively decided to give somebody a banana in the south of France.
Yes. As you do.
On my trip in the south of France.
In Nice, yes.
And we needed to get rid of our fruit because we were about to get on a plane. And I looked back just to see what he did with it, because I thought, is he actually wanting a piece of fruit, or is he looking for cigarettes or something? But he was quite happy to accept your banana.
Yes.
And he started eating it.
And then we went into our city, because we decided we travelled all over the place. Let's travel in our own city. And we did the same thing. We had a whole lot of fruit, and I was the hander-outerer, and you were the one who'd check out what they did. And again, you found they all appreciated and ate it. Some of them straight away, some of them not. Actually, the other day, there was a gentleman outside Coles, and I went in and bought what I needed to buy, and I bought a couple of extra bananas, and I took them out to him. And as I took them out, I could see a little plastic bag with a couple of bananas, and I said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I see you've already got some." And he said, "Yeah, no, I don't want them." I thought, wow. I said, okay then.
Do you know any other homeless people?
Yeah, exactly. and there are in that area.
Yeah.
There are. I see regularly 3 or 4 people. So, but I didn't have time to go search for the others, so we ate the bananas. But again, it was like, well, these would last a few days, you know. Anyway. Yes.
Well, we've got the Zero Waste Chef coming up.
We do. Yes, that's going to be very exciting. Yes, to talk about what to do with
our bananas.
Although I probably eat them and then I mean.
Oh no! You know what? Where did I read this? But I'm doing it. Oh,
the banana skins in the water.
Yes, I think it was Andrea on one of our posts a few weeks ago said, yes, I'm doing it.
And then you're pouring it into your plants.
Yes.
So you're leaving it for 2 days, was it? Or 24 hours? Or?
Yeah, something like that. Could be longer.
Okay.
Well, no, I'm just sort of looking at it thinking, maybe I'll just, I'm doing it a couple of times. I don't know.
With the same
skin.
Okay.
But I'll pour it onto the plants and then fill it up again.
Okay. And do the plants, they go,
yes, they're loving it.
Oh, how cool.
Yeah.
Oh, love it.
You've been listening to the Two Natural Ladies podcast. Visit twonaturalladies.com.au for more information. Thanks for joining us.